So, good morning and welcome everybody. The new term for the diploma in credit management. So, a lot of you are halfway through. You've completed the first two subjects and you're going into the final section. And some of you are new and joining us for the first time, and you're just starting the journey today. So, to both of you, you're very welcome. Welcome to the journey, and I hope it's an enjoyable and beneficial endeavor for all of you. I think just even by doing the course and by signing up for a diploma in credit management, I think what you're doing is you're telling everybody, look, this is not just a job. This is not just something I'm doing for beer money. The fact that I'm taking my own time out to study the subject and to get qualified in credit shows that you are serious about having a career in credit management, and there is a great career to be had in credit management. And I just want you to put your minds to that. So no matter what you're doing at the moment, whether it's in collections or whether it's in whatever you happen to be in, there is a huge career in credit, and it seems to be getting better all the time. So there's so many, like most companies now would have credit managers and assistant managers, risk managers. And now we're seeing, particularly in the big multinationals, more and more credit directors being appointed. So at last they're starting to see the importance of credit. And certainly as this year goes through and interest rates rise and money isn't as freely available as it has been up to now, there will be an increased focus on credit control. Something I've been telling business for years. You look at all the sources of funding, and when you talk to accountants, they're talking about venture capitals and funding and leasing and finance and banking. And the reality is, the solutions to every company's cash flow problems are sitting in their debtors' ledger. And if they only put the time, effort, and resources into collecting the money that they're owed, most people will be able to fund and finance their own businesses. And it's by putting credit control in second place that creates a need for external funds, and that's what's weakening business. And if you look even in the last week, the Nuramore Hotel, the fact we're talking that's in Monaghan, that closed down citing cash flow problems. Who was it? I think Microsoft announced 9,000 layoffs because they failed to hit their cash targets. So there is implications to this, and I suppose you guys, and as future diploma holders and current diploma students, I really want to see you guys on the front line here, in terms of the importance of credit, and what we endeavor to do here is just to show you a better way of doing it. So that's what the whole course is about. What I'm going to do, just from an introductory perspective, is just go through the course and what to expect, just that you have no surprises, and give you an idea of what workload is required from you. So I'll just share the screen there for the moment, and you should see the Irish Credit Management Training Diploma course today. So that is where we're starting. So a kind of outline for today. Now I say a kind of outline because this is not going to be to the minute. We'll let it take its natural flow, and it's a matter for yourself. So I'm going to do the introduction, walk you through the overall course in terms of what's expected and what to do and what we're going to do. When I'm finished up at around 10:30, Katrina's going to take over, and she is going to focus on the collections module. So just to go through and give you an idea of what you can expect and what is, the collections course all about. Then we'll take a break for about 15 minutes, grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or something of that nature, and then we're back. So this is where it kind of gets complicated, because the two subjects this term are collections and either international credit or law. So you can, depending on where you are or where you see your future lying. So if you're exclusively Irish and you're working for an Irish company in an Irish business and you don't see yourself going beyond that, well, maybe the introduction to Irish law is beneficial to you. If you see yourself in a multinational, international environment where finding out about international matters is of interest to you, then maybe the international credit management module is for you. What we're saying now is that, look, and I said it in the email today or during the week when I sent it to you, that look, everybody has to do collections. That's core to the module. And if you have decided that you are doing international credit management, that's fine. If you've decided you're doing law, that's fine. If you haven't decided yet, you are welcome today to sit in on both sections, just have a look and see what's involved, and then make a decision after that. And what I would ask you to do is, over the weekend or between now and Monday morning, if you could just send me an email just to confirm, yes, I'd like to do international, or yes, I would like to do law. And then we can divide the students out into the different groups. So if you could, and if you've already made up your mind, that's fine. So if you decided that you are doing the law module, then you have a break from 11:30 until 12:15, and then you come and maybe join us a bit early, maybe about 10 minutes early, just in case we're ahead of schedule, and just come for the law induction. If you are doing collections and international, then you'll be finished at 12:15. So that is the time scale. And the tutor for both international and law is Paul Daly. And I think those of you who have been with me before know Paul. So Paul is, and actually law is where he got his qualification. So he is, as well as working in international credit management, he is also qualified in law. So he is the man. And then from a quarter to 1 onwards, we have questions and answers. And look, you can ask questions throughout the morning. Stop, unmute yourself, ask a question. There's a chat box there. If you want to put in a question, I'll review them later on and go through them as well. So look, if you have any questions, please ask. If you don't want to talk in front of a whole group, you can message me privately. And look, the email is always on as well. So guys, what we want you to do throughout this course is, to use the resource that you have here in the office. Myself, for those of you who don't know me, maybe I should introduce myself. My name is Declan Flood. I am one of these sad lifelong credit professionals. I started work in a credit control office. I won't even tell you what year, because you wouldn't believe I was really that old. And yes, I've been working in credit control and credit management ever since, and have always really enjoyed it, and just enjoyed the whole, being at the center of the universe is where I saw credit management, that I'm not sort of this function that happens at the end of the road. I am at the heart of the business, deciding who we're doing business with, what level we're doing business, what terms that we're doing it on, making sure that our invoices, and we covered all that in credit management, and we will again. So, just making sure that everything runs smoothly. And the collections module, to me, is one of the key modules in the whole course, because look, no matter what clever stuff you do, it's all about collecting money. That's what the whole thing is about. It's about getting the money from the ledger into the bank. That is the job of credit control. That is what we're here to do. So that's what it's all about. So as I say, I've worked in credit all my life and developed this course. It's probably it's near enough 20 years ago since we started the diploma in credit management. And back then we just thought, to bring credit management to the level of a profession. That's really what our motivation is, to bring it to the level of a profession, that, we have accountants, we have salespeople, and we have credit people, and they all stand equally in line, all with a valid and valuable contribution to the business. So that's really what our motivation for the course is, and just to get recognition for the profession around, and giving knowledge to students or anybody who wants to learn, so they can do the job better. So that's the motivation. as I said to you before, I've worked in credit control, I've worked in credit management, and I've been around the international circuit in credit for a large number of years. We have amassed some knowledge over that time. We have made some contacts in that time. We know a number of people nationally and internationally. And guys, you know, it's up to you to tap into that. And that's part of what I want to give you as part of the overview of the course. So yes, it is a course. Yes, it is a qualification. Yes, you will carry it for the rest of your life, and it'll be on your CV for the rest of your life as well, which is no way to carry. While you're doing the course and beyond the course as well, I just want you to realize that you do have what I consider to be a valuable resource here. So if you're looking for contacts, if you're looking for opinions, if you're looking for help, if you're looking for something that is not covered on the course, and suddenly a notice of a creditor's meeting comes in the door and lands on your desk and you haven't a clue what to do with it, and you certainly wouldn't be alone in credit circles if that's the case, you know, drop us an email, say, Dec, what do I do with this? And I'm, you know, I know I say in the email I'm happy to help. I just want you to know that I am genuinely happy to help. And if there is anything that is any way credit or job related, that you have an issue, I just want you to feel that there is somebody there that you can talk to, and I'm quite happy to be that, because I also know that if you're working as a credit controller in your company, very few other people in your company understand what credit control is all about. You know, it can be lonely enough within an organization. So look, if there are issues, if there are decisions, if there just even you want a sounding board, you know, please, that facility is there. So I am happy to help. And certainly when it comes to the content of the course, your tutors, which is Katrina and Paul, they're happy to help with the content of the course. My help goes beyond that. So in terms of what to expect over the next number of weeks, now again, look, you don't have to take notes here. I have created the slides and I will email the slides to you later this afternoon when I'm sending copies of the recordings. So, there's Katrina and Paul, that you know what they look like. And hopefully you know what I look like. So I know this is one of the advice we give people in presentations is not to put lots of words on a slide. And here I have millions of words on a slide. This is just to lay out the course in terms of how it's going to happen. So what is going to happen is on Monday, you will receive your collections notes. Now, I know Katrina's probably sitting there and so, has he forgotten our conversation? No, I haven't forgotten the conversation. Katrina's actually on holidays next week, so you'll be getting your notes a bit early over the weekend. So how it works is, every Monday you will receive your notes. So the first week you get your collections notes, and it'll be a PDF file with a set of notes, and you get a second page with them, which is called a short test. And the short test is 10 questions based on the material in the notes. Okay, so that's what the short test is. It's 10 questions based on the notes. And what you are asked to do is to sometime during the week to read the notes, understand them, and then complete the short test. And you send the short test back to the tutors. So before the following Monday, you will send your collections test back to Katrina, and she will mark it and send you your results. Is that okay? Then on the 27th, you will get either your international credit management or law. Then you will read them, you will do your short test, you'll submit it. So every week. Now, people ask, how long does it take? And I quite honestly say, I don't know, because I do not know how long it takes you to read a page. So on that basis, some people will be able to read it and retain it in a couple of hours. Some people, it will take an awful lot longer. And I know I was in the same boat as you were. I went back to, I studied credit management. Well, it was a different course altogether back in the 80s. And you know, when I was in school, I could read stuff, remember it, and move on. And when I went back as an adult, you know, I'd read it and then I'd close the book and I'd forget it and then I'd read it again. And I got frustrated with myself that, you know, the old brain needs to be trained. So on that basis, look, you know, it might take you a couple of hours, it might take you 4. I don't know how long it takes. It's not going to take over your life. That's the important part. And what I would do if I were you is I would probably block off, you know, an evening or so a week just to go through it, or a couple of hours. And I just think life works easier if you block out. So say, look, every Tuesday evening, every Wednesday night, or there's nothing on the telly on a Thursday or whatever the case may be. So just block off, you know, a couple of hours or an evening or a weekend, whenever suits you, and then go through the notes. Make sure you understand what's going on. And in collections as well, Katrina will go through the content of the collection scores. There are kind of recommendations and tasks and things in there. So some are for the assignments are for marks. The tests and recommendations is just to help you in your day-to-day work. So we cover off both. So you can see we go through you know, all the weeks in terms of, you know, collections, international collections. And then what you'll do is you'll get your assignments. So you get your notes every week. Then you get, by on the 13th of March, you're going to get a collections assignment. So this is a practical assignment based on the first 2 modules, where you have to submit an assignment to Katrina based on the collections topic. So that's really what it's all about. So it's fairly, you know, week on week on week. Now look, if you have holidays booked for a week, that's fine. Go and take your holiday. Let your tutor know, look, I'll be a couple of days late with the notes. Just let us know and we'll be fine with that. Is that okay? So just keep in contact with us. And there is time to catch up in the end, because even though that looks like every week is full, you know, you don't get any notes between the 6th and the 20th of March, so there'll be no new material there. So there is a bit of leeway built into the course where it is doable. I do advise you, though, to keep up with the course, to read the notes every week and submit your short tests every week. People who do that tend to be successful. People who leave it till the end and I'll get to it eventually and I'll cram at the end, that tends to be the recipe for disaster. So just, even if it's a couple of hours or 3, do a little bit every week. Do your tests, do your assignments, get them in. If you have questions, your tutors are there to help. If you have any other issues, we're all there to help you. So just keep it going. You know, if it starts to build up, then it becomes a major issue. So these are the dates for your diary. So stick them in the diary and work away. And then that's fine. So that is your dates, and you'll get these eventually. Then I have when you'll return your short tests. So the short tests are returned after a week and the assignments after 2 weeks. So that is that. And there's your dates for assignments. So there's 2 assignments, 2 in collections and 2 in either international or in law. So there's 4 modules in each subject. So there's 4 short tests and 2 assignments to be completed between now and the end of May. What I've also included is future dates as well. So what we will do is on the 13th of May, which again is a Saturday, I hope, if I've done it right, it's a Saturday morning, we'll get together again and we'll go through the revision. So again, your tutors will be here in the morning. We'll spend, you know, a couple of hours doing collections, and we'll spend a couple of hours doing either law or international credit. So that's just a revision workshop to go through all the modules with you. What you'll probably noticed as well is that at the end of the course on the 8th of May, when you've received all your modules, we will send you out a mock exam. And the mock exam is just to show you what the real exam is going to look like. And you are encouraged to block off a couple of hours and sit down and do that exam on your own. And again, I suppose time management is the thing for the mock exam. So we're going to work on the basis of no surprises. So some people think because you're doing a course, it's going to be every Saturday or whatever. No, we get together for the induction, and then we get together on the 13th of May for the revision. And then the exams happen on the 27th of May. So that's the exams, that's the week before the June bank holiday weekend, and then you do 2 exams between 10 and 12, the International Credit Management or Law exam, take a break then until 1 o'clock, and between 1 and 3 o'clock on the 27th of May, you'll do your collections exam. And then those of you who this is your second term, that'll be it. You'll be finished, done and dusted. For those of you, this is your first term, you have a break until September. And we are back then on the 16th of September with the next term, which is risk and credit management. And again, that works with the 3 dates as well. So we have a revision session scheduled in for the 13th of January. Funny to see 2024 on the page. Anyway, that's forward planning, it's called. And then the exams for the new group are on the 27th of January 2024. So that's just so you can plan the future term, etc. So that is your dates. That is that. We're saying if you haven't received them, you will receive them. But and if you prefer them to be sent to a personal email or whatever, so whatever email you got the notification of this meeting on is the email we have for you right now. So look, if that changes, or you prefer to work on it at home, then just give us your personal email address. We can update the records, and that is fine. We've covered off that. In terms of your tutors, there is a mobile number for the tutors. So if you do need to contact them. Now, Paul Daly in particular, Paul has a day job. So his tutoring is a kind of an extracurricular activity for him. And I suppose Katrina, to a large extent, tutoring is beyond, you know, outside the day work. So rather just pick up the phone at 4 o'clock and expect to have a long chat, what we recommend is, you know, just either if you have a question, either drop us a text or schedule a call or drop an email. That's probably the best way to contact the tutors. And as I say, whatever you need, we are there to give it. And certainly, so rather than just picking up the phone and saying help, you know, Paul can schedule a call with you, Katrina can as well, and we can go through and answer whatever questions you have. So that is that. So there's the email addresses. They're both ICMT emails. So please just drop the email and we'll respond straight away. And if it's something urgent, I'm in the office most of the time myself, and you have my email address, obviously, which is Declan@ICMT. And just drop me a note. Now, the only thing about myself, just to let you know, is that sometimes, because I do training for a living, I can go missing for a whole day. So if I'm training in Galway from 9 to 5, I tend not to switch on the emails for the day. So in case you get upset and think I'm ignoring you, if I am training, the day could go by without checking emails. If I'm at the desk, I'm pretty good. I'll kind of respond straight away once I get it. So that is that. Yeah, so if there are, as I say, everything is evolving, everything is changing. So if you have any suggestions for us, you know, should you have a module on whatever, and if there is a demand and we think it's a good idea, we can always add, because we want it to be the best learning experience that we can provide you with. So we're always looking at updating it and changing it and making it better. So that's that. And in terms of additional services, you know, if there are areas, you know, like, I don't know, credit insurance or company information or access to whatever that you think would be helpful, again, talk to us about that, because, you know, even if we don't do it, we probably know a guy who does, and we can give you a recommendation. And again, just that, you know, we'll give you a recommendation without any, you know, commitment on your part. You know, you can decide whether to work with them or not, depending on your own. We're not expecting you to do business. So that is that. Just in terms of marking, because I know we are here to get a diploma and all that kind of stuff. So just that you know, so if there's 100% for each subject, 10%, you get 10% for each assignment. So your 2 assignments in each subject gives you 20% of the overall marks. Your short tests, and there's 4 short tests for each subject, that will give you 10%. So it's 2.5% for each short test, giving you a total of 10 for the short tests, 20 for the assignments, and then 70 for the written exam. So when you add up all your marks, you have to get to 40% at the end of the day, which is very doable if you do what we tell you and stick with it. Now, you do also have to obtain at least 40% in the exam, which is 28 out of 70. So you can't get, you know, full marks for your assignments, full marks for your short tests, that's 30, and then think you can get 10 in the exam. No, we expect the standard in the exam as well. And even though people hate exams, the exams are very doable. And just in case as well, one of the, I don't know whether it's an upside or downside of COVID. Pre-COVID, we used to get together, be it in UCD or Trinity College, in the exam hall to sit down with paper and biros to write out exam papers for 2 hours. Obviously, with the lockdown, we moved it online. And that's where the exams happen. So the exams themselves are effectively open book exams. You get your papers we send them out 10 minutes early. So if the exam starts at 10, we send you the paper at 10 to 10 just to read it and relax. And then you have 2 hours in the comfort of your own home. And hopefully it is comfort. You want to clear all distractions away for the 2 hours. And then you do the exam. So you get your exam via email, and then you submit it via email within the time allotted. So that is that. So everything happens on Zoom. The revision will be on Zoom. The exam. Now, we don't do Zoom for the exams, so we don't need to be looking at you. That is all right. So that's that. And look, we give you every hint we can in terms of getting the exams over the line. In terms of recognition of the course, this will probably, when you get to the end, become more relevant. There are 2 main organizations operating in Ireland. Well, there's 3, but 2 that we work with. There's AICDP, which is the Association of International Credit Directors and Professionals. So that is now a worldwide credit organization. It's probably one of the fastest growing organizations in the world. And it's just great to get to rub shoulders with credit directors and to be part of an association. So they recognize our diploma, and when the time comes, they will give you, you'll get an AICDP diploma that is internationally recognized. So that's that. Now, you do need to become a member, and I can send you details of that. There's no charge for membership. I'm not trying to squeeze more money out of you. You can relax. So there is no charge for membership. And you know what? It might be no harm just to sign up for it. In fact, I'll send you the links when I'm sending you the recordings and these slides. I'll send you the links to sign up, because like they run webinars and seminars and all kinds of events that can be very interesting and might be worth a while. So AICDP is the International Credit Directors and Professionals. They recognize it, and we reckon you should become a member of them. There's just some of the countries they're involved in, and they're now saying it's over 20 countries. So maybe I need to update my map here at some stage. CMII is another organization, which is the Credit Management Institute of Ireland. That is Island of Ireland based. It is the Institute of Credit Management. They also recognize the qualification as well. And again, so at the end of it, you can get 2 diplomas, one from AICDP and one from the Credit Management Institute of Ireland. So you get two for the price of one. And again, that works on the same way to become a member. Now, the website's down actually at the moment. So in case you're Googling it and can't find us, so I've been on to them yesterday, and they're trying to get that sorted. So that is that. And again, that's an Irish institute, and it's an Irish qualification, and it is recognized, which is good as well. In terms of marking, when you get your results letters, there's one of 4 words on it. So distinction is if you get above 80%, merit is if you get above 60%, a pass if you get above 40%, and anything below 40% is a fail. And obviously failure is not an option here. So just that you know. So that is it. In terms of the exams, what happens if, you know, I have holidays planned for the 27th of May or whatever the case may be? Guys, we will always make arrangements for you. Is that okay? So you'll find us flexible to work with, and at the time disasters can happen and the real world catches up with you, and that's what happens. So look, just all I'd ask you to do is to stay in touch with us, stay talking to us, keep us up to date, and we're happy to, you know, work with you in any way we can. So that's just kind of an overview of the course to help you see what you're letting yourself in for now at this stage. And what I'll do is I'll actually stop the recording now,